You've heard Cleveland is a hot market for investing, and you want to build a portfolio that gives you freedom. Therefore, we're showing you how you can duplicate what Farhad, who owns 9 doors in Cleveland, has done using the BRRRR method to grow his investments and travel the world while managing everything himself. You heard what I said. He self-manages almost 10 units as he travels around the world. He goes into details on how he got started, how he used credit cards, line of credit, and refinancing to grow his portfolio. He goes into the exact numbers, the importance of making the right repairs, and how you can use targeted insurance plans to help reduce risk, maximize profit, and his management style that he utilizes for remotely managing his properties. Here's the thing, the BRRRR method has a ton of benefits, but many investors overlook how much of an edge it gives you in a market like Cleveland. Most homes here are over 80 years old. It is not uncommon to find a property still running on the original gravity furnace. I'm talking about cast iron plumbing, knob and tube wiring, and outdated kitchens and bathroom with pink, green, yellow, blue colored tiles, surround tub with matching commode, sink, and tub. Yes, they are still everywhere. And don't even get me started on the 4 to 5 bedroom houses with just one toilet. I can't believe this. Just one toilet, 4 or 5 occupants at a house. That is just insane. Now, I'll be honest. I didn't start out knowing all of this. When I first began investing in Cleveland, my philosophy was simple. Provide clean and safe housing. That's it. Nothing more, maybe a little less, but definitely nothing more. But after losing thousands of dollars dealing with the headaches from tenants, complaints, and getting hit with city violations left and right, I had to level up. Now, Farhad and I started out differently. We started investing for different reasons. But like many investors that are winning here in Cleveland, we both came to the same conclusion. After watching this video, you'll know the exactly 3 key things I learned after doing hundreds of BRRRRs. That will help you bulletproof your investment from tenant complaints, make it easier to manage, even if you want to self-manage. And that will help you get top dollars when you're ready to sell that house. Welcome to the show where we talk real estate, real stories, real strategies to help you improve the value of your investment properties. I am your host, Gladimir Lobo, investor and broker with over 20 years in the game. Now let's get into it. What got you started in real estate?
My best friend is the real estate guy and he's the construction company. So he was doing it. And then our hobby was for a long time, every week going to do house hopping in the morning. Saturday morning we meet and we have a breakfast and then we go house hopping. We were looking at a lot of houses and around the area and then every day. And then we were doing some analysis. Okay, these guys bought it this much and how much he spent. And after that, how much he put on it and how much after a few months he put it on market for sale. Eventually, one day we were looking at it and then we were going around, we look at the house and we realized, whoa, this is a nice house. You look at me. Do you want to take the offer? Put the offer on it. I said, why not? Let's see. We went back to his office and then 10 minutes later, we write the office and send it off.
Okay.
We started together with a single family home. After
Just curious, how far back are we talking about?
This is 2008.
2008, before the crash.
It was around the same time because it was a lot of it was a bank home because we bought a bank home. And then after that, when we bought it together, I moved into the house. After I moved into the house, I got the line of credit on the house.
Okay.
And then since I have a job and I don't have debt on it because we did everything upfront cash, and I got a line of credit and I have cash and I start looking to buy another property. The next property that I were able to buy was a double.
Okay.
So there were some guys that they were working for us. And then it took me a long time to do the repairs, but everybody was telling me, oh, you crazy. I was putting a lot of money in it. Since I had my job, I was not worried about actually how whatever that I'm going to spend on now. The only thing that I was only worried about is I'm going to do the good work that in future I don't have headache. So it took me 1.5 years to finish it. And eventually the moment that it finished, I rented out and it started getting money. And when I got the money, it started paying off my debt. I used a lot of my credit card to be able to finish the house.
Okay.
And with my professional job and the money cash flow from the house, I pay off the debt.
Okay.
And then I went to the bank, since it's fully paid and income generating property. They gave me some money.
So you are buying, fixing, renovating, and then refinancing.
Yes, I pay everything upfront cash.
So you bought cash, then you fixed it, you put a tenant in it, and then you refinance it. What they call right now is what they call the BRRRR method, which is buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat.
Yeah, that's what they did. Each time when I'm shorting the money at the time, I was using all the credit card balance transfer offer, putting all the money on the thing. The moment that I finish in your house, my credit card is full.
Right.
And it takes me 6 months or a year, maybe from my cash flow and the rent to pay the credit card to lower the limit.
Right.
And then eventually I go to the bank and I say, I want to refinance, and my credit score is because of the large
debt.
revolving debt. And eventually they say, yeah, we need to pay off all your credit card. And then they first pay off the credit card and they give me some money again. I start looking for buying another
So
property.
you are obviously cash strong to be able to pay off the credit card so you can eventually refinance the properties.
The first one that I bought, I had some money from my family. I bought a condo. It was cash. Professionally, I were able to save probably $2,000-3,000 per month because I had a good income as a PhD and then working in the biomedical company. When you don't pay rent and you don't have a lot of expenses, you are a simple guy, you can save.
Yeah, you can save a lot.
That saving is monthly will accumulate a lot.
2,000 a month is about 24,000 a year.
Exactly.
Right.
And then the other thing is, what you can do when you have some cash, initial cash, it was enough to acquire the property. And then with my income and with the cash, with my additional income that I were able to save and the credit card using, sometimes I was filling up to maybe $100,000 credit card debt.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
some
I see
70
that.
or 80,000.
So tell me, in 2008, how much did you pay for the first house, single family house?
$63,000.
63. How much did you put in it for renovation?
Around 100,000 at the time.
So 163,000 purchase and renovation costs.
Yeah.
What do you do in a house that costs you $100,000?
Oh, so at the time, I complete the new windows, new kitchen,
Yeah.
new rooms. I had the 3 full bathrooms, new plumbing, new electrical, new ACAV, new windows. At the time, 2008, 2009 was a lot of money.
So you updated all the mechanicals and even improved the aesthetics in terms of the kitchens and the finishings for kitchens and bathrooms.
Exactly. But
So-
also, this is something that I didn't could put it together financially myself because I had my partner. We paid everything half and half.
Yeah. So in 163, you had to come up with at least 80 grand if it was 50-50. Yeah.
So that's exactly what it is because I had $50,000 line of credit on my condo that I bought cash from family funding. And then when you have 50, you are sure 30. So that 30 over month with your cash flow and the credit card.
Got you. Now, let me ask you this, Farhad. Most investors, when they buy a house, their approach is to make it safe and make it safe and clean. Most investors do not want to undergo the process of new windows, new roof, updated bathroom, updated plumbing, updated electrical. Why did you do that?
Yeah, at the time we tried to do a good job actually.
Okay.
Because that's the first house and we're going to do it beautiful anyway. We are going to make a lot of money. And then after that, we just did it that way. But also it turned out beautiful. That's the house that eventually my partner actually transferred to my name, Bolly. And that was the house that eventually I love it. And I've lived there 15 years.
Oh, so you ended up living in that house as well.
Yeah, I
So,
lived in it 15 years.
wow.
I
Okay.
love it because technically I didn't need to sell it. I didn't need to realize the profit. And the other thing is I could get as much as I want mortgage. I didn't need more financing. I would keep
Understood.
doing it very slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you bought the first single family house, you rehabbed it, refinanced it, and then you bought the second duplex.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
you also did the same thing there.
Yes. I bought it because since I've cash out money from my single family, when I started, I had $100,000 line of credit available to do the duplex.
You had under
So
how much?
$100,000 cash
100K. 100K
a little
line
bit
of
of
credit
cash.
to make improvements.
No, not to improvement, to purchase and to do the improvement together.
Okay. 100 grand total.
Yes, I bought a house for I think 52, and then I think there was, and then after that I spent $100,000 on it.
Similar to the first deal. In this case, you 152,000 purchase and renovation.
Yeah, in total 150. You have 100 cash. You need to put additional 50. Where you use this money?
Okay.
Again, your salaries and credit card.
So you drew that from your reserves as well as any credit cards to make the
Yeah.
renovations.
So you go buy purchase materials and you put them on the credit card that you got the promotional offer if it's 18 months zero APR. So
Okay.
you put $30,000 on material on the credit card.
Okay. So and then once everything is done, you refinance, pay off the credit card. And do you do this
Yeah.
again?
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Now, at this time, you're probably what, 2011?
No, I bought the first duplex 2009, and by the time that I rented out 2011
Yes.
and 2012, I bought another house.
Okay. So you didn't do all at once. You took your time.
Yeah, every 1 or 2 years, one house.
Okay. So how far along are you now in this process in terms of houses or properties?
So 2014, I decided it's okay. I don't need it.
Okay.
2016, I decided professionally if I wanted to because I am research professor making decent experience and with people at my level, they are at really high tech companies and within 4 or 5 years that become the VP level of the big companies.
Right.
Professionally, I need to go to San Francisco. I decided whatever they pay me, it doesn't worth it to go to San Francisco at 2016.
All right.
I said, if I wanted to continue here, in order to support my lifestyle, I need to buy another property to feel comfortable that I have enough cash flow to just chill. That
So
was the
you
last one that I bought at 2017.
have you bought anything since then?
No, that's my
So how many
retirement plan.
units do you have now?
I have 4 duplexes
Okay.
and 10 units.
10 units. Understood. Okay. That's
I
fair.
sold single family home that I was living in because eventually it was too large after 15 years.
Yeah.
And I moved into one of my units is a 2 bedroom.
Okay.
And then after that,
You're good.
I am in the chilling mode. I call it cruise control mode.
Cruise control.
You
So
just
what
set up the ski and you just stay there a little. Just don't
you put it
change
into
the
cruise
model.
control. So with you have 4 duplexes. So you have about
Yeah.
8 tenants, 7 tenants if you're staying in one.
So two of them is 3 units and two of them is 2 units.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got you. Got you. So are you managing these properties yourself?
Yes, I am the property manager. I am the repair guy. I am the bookkeeper. And also I am the end accountant. I do everything in-house myself personally.
In-house yourself. So how do you manage that number of units with your professional life?
It's all depends. Good property. First of all, good location,
Right.
good repairs and everything in a decent condition and beautiful.
Yeah.
And finding the good tenant.
Finding
If you have a good, if you're finding the good location and you do the decent work, you get the best tenant.
Okay.
Best tenant, they pay you the money and you have the least headache because your property is in a really decent condition. And then you have the minimum service call, repair call. Things may happen, but you have the minimum calls. If somebody calls you one or twice per year, oh, my, for example, my dish, for example, my what it's called, my washing machine doesn't work. Sometimes
Okay.
they overloaded and they need to press the GFI, whatever.
Need to reset the breaker. Yeah.
Yeah, so there are a lot of simple things, but also as we go on each year, for example, your appliance is 10 years old. When there is a good deal, I upgrade all the appliances. They are happy that they get the new appliance, and I'm happy that I don't have any problem.
Okay. So let's start with location. What areas do you generally buy in?
My primary location was that I was investing was a niche area, and especially in the Cleveland Heights within a walking distance to the university.
Cleveland
That's
Heights. This is close to Case.
Yeah, these are the primary locations. So the first property is located by the Coventry,
Coventry. Okay.
Euclid Heights area. It's
Okay.
very decent single family. And then after that, I was lucky to buy the other property, two other properties, and the Cedar Fairmont area.
Okay.
That is really good. And the last one that I was not happy because of the location, because I said, okay, I am getting closer to the Lee Road. Because if you think about it, 10 years ago, probably Coventry and Cedar Fairmont was more prime location than the Lee Road.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree.
Now Lee Road has getting much better.
It has changed.
It has changed.
Yeah.
And
So
that's
it
the problem
requires
with
you
the
to be
last.
local. If you're local, you understand that. But if you're not local, you're not going to catch on to that nuance.
Yes. The last one, I am feeling happy. And this the last property that I bought it by the Cedar Lee area that is close to all the Lee Road places. And that's a place that I personally start living on the two-bedroom unit because, and every day I enjoy to go to the local coffee shops and the places and within the
Right.
walking distance. Fee, for example, Cedar Lee area is getting better than the Coventry right now.
Yeah, that has changed. So we start with location. Then the next one that you use is the upgrades
Yes.
of the properties.
So when you buy a property that is really bad shape,
Yes.
you need to change everything.
Okay.
You put new windows, you go through the plumbing, you put new bathrooms, put new kitchen, and everything that you go through it. First of all, you know what's happening inside of the house, and everything is much better.
Yeah. So no surprises. Because
Those
what is the age? What do you think the age of those properties are?
100 years old.
100 years old. So
Yeah.
technically, beyond the structure itself, the mechanicals are probably needing of upgrades. So you might have had knob and tube electrical.
Yeah, all of those have been changed.
Yeah.
New electrical panels.
Yeah.
And eventually, sometimes when I buy the property, when we open up, I thought, oh, it doesn't have much to do. But when we open up, a lot of pipes are galvanized pipes. I have
Yes.
allergy to those. Just take it out. I don't
They're
want to see it.
they're gonna suck all your money out, man. Because I've had instances where we actually have a property right now where they had galvanized. When you first look at the property, kitchen, bathroom, everything looks fine. Though our preference is to replace galvanized pipes. So once we open up the wall, what we did not know of, it was that a good check section of the galvanized pipe had rotted away completely.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
there's
know.
no way we would have known that until you put
Exactly.
it into service.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
even
don't know.
just flushing toilets wasn't going to reveal that. It was gonna take until you get a clogged drain of some sort and they start to back up, then it would overflow into the walls, and now you have tenants and it's a nightmare.
Exactly.
Right.
So I have the picture of the sewer lines and all the stuff. It's this much. It's the 4-inch sewer lines.
Yeah.
It's just the water going through this much. It's all
It's
rusted
called
and all.
plugged up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
over time. Okay. Yeah, so your
Yeah,
philosophy is location, upgrade of the properties. And obviously, since you're managing the properties, you know exactly what kind of improvements you need to make to them to make your life easier.
yeah.
Okay.
And the
And
other thing is, one of the first thing that these are all costly. For example, all my property, the roof was extremely bad. I replace all the roof up front because those are the one, and especially a lot of big houses. And when you don't have the what is called the old roof, there is three layers and there is no resheathing. So when you remove the roof, it's just looking at the sky. There is nothing over
Oh
there.
wow,
You need
so
to
there's no plywood.
no plywood. Just putting
Right.
the new plywood, new roof. These are expensive.
Yeah, that
Just
costs.
think, yeah, just the first that double that I did, it was like I believe 2009, 2010. I paid $10,000 to replace the whole roof at the time.
Yeah, and not to mention, if you don't have any sheeting, you also don't have probably any insulation.
Yes, you can put add insulation. I add
Yeah.
insulation. And the other thing that I did, there are some foam pumping insulation to the
Yeah.
walls that make it more efficient. People don't realize, but the moment that they come in, when they have a new windows and the exterior wall are insulated, the heating cost is much less. And in the summer month, they feel much better, cold. So eventually, all these things make people feel comfortable
Right.
to stay long term.
Long term. Yeah. So because for me, another way to look at this, if you are having energy efficient appliances like toilets or stove and furnaces, and you're also providing insulation to the property, or you're insulating the property properly, your windows are newer, that means the resident is paying less money on these things in terms of
Yes.
high utility costs, and probably put them in a better position to keep them on track and making rent payments. So not so much money is just going out the window in a matter of speaking.
Yeah, people they have a different philosophy. I have investor, my friend. Oh, they so low. These windows are fine. Let the tenant pay the gas bill and then keep rolling. I
Right,
understand
right.
that, but
Understood. So you really
but
treat it like a business and a true investment that you're looking to get a good return for. Therefore, you're making an investment in the
so
properties.
what happened is when I bought the properties, I didn't buy them for selling them. I thought
Ah,
when I buy everything that I'm going to keep it for the next 20, 30 years.
good. So you had a long-term plan.
And that's exactly, I told you, cruise control. You just set
Chris-
up the speed and keep going. I don't
Fantastic.
change the parameters. The parameter that is changed every 2, 3 years, once while people are going out there, doing the stuff, you just get the 2 gallon, 3 gallon of the paint and the two rollers, and then here caulking it, here is the thing. But in general, everything else is technology.
What would you say on average? How long does your tenant stay?
The area that I am is highly related to the university circle, and there are a lot of graduate students, like
Mhm.
postdocs. These are the people they stay in general 4 or 5 years.
Wow. Okay.
But on other properties, these are generally looking for the small. But on the side by side, that is larger units, I have people that they stay 8, 9 years because it's a large unit. They are happy and they stay here. They move out of the Cleveland or they buy their own home.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people they don't move.
They don't
As,
move.
as long as they are happy with the location, with
Uh-huh.
the property, and the rent is in average is a decent rent. For example, one of my tenants, they recently moved out and they bought a house. So they bought a house in Shaker that they spent $360,000 on the house, and the property taxes only is $9,000 per year.
Ouch.
When they moved in my house, they didn't have children.
Yeah.
Now they have two children and they have family and they
Mhm.
need
They
a
need more
house.
space.
That's
They need more space. Yeah.
she was telling me, oh, I'm going to miss whenever I have an issue. Well, you can do something for me. Hey,
Nice.
I got your money for years.
Yeah. I have a similar approach. Our philosophy is also that, and I've mentioned this to various investors. If you're investing in Cleveland or you're investing in a Rust Belt, where the homes are so old, about 100 years old, and if you're serious about having a consistent income, long-term tenancy for your properties, minimize your headache from a management standpoint, they need to improve the properties for what we call functional obsolescence, which in your case would be outdated electrical, outdated plumbing, outdated cabinets, all the like creature comforts that people long for in their homes. And the homes that were built back in the late 1800, early 1900 no, do not accommodate. So you need to fix the functional obsolescence, number one. Number two, improve the property ease of management. Another thing that investors complain about, they complain, hey, the management company is charging this. There's always a call. But what I think some of them miss is that if you have a quality property, there should not be a need to constantly service it. So if you have a brand new roof on the house, you're not gonna get a call about a roof leak. If you have brand new
Exactly.
windows, you're not gonna get a your if you're having inspections from the city, they're saying, hey, the windows do not close. You have to take a proactive approach in addressing these issues before they come up. That's the
Yeah.
second one, which ease of management. And the last one is resale. And what you find is a lot of investors, if you buy the properties, you do not improve them for eliminate functional obsolescence, don't address ease of management, you're probably going to be forced to sell the property. And if you're forced to sell the property, the upgrades haven't taken place. Now you're bringing a property to the market that cannot command top market value. And every seller wants the top amount of money for their properties, but yet you haven't made the proper investment to address that. So in your case, you are doing all these things.
Yes. And the other thing is every 2, 3 years, 4 years, whenever my tenant moved out, actually, I'm happy at some point they're moving out. You know why?
Get the upgrade.
I have a chance to go through the thing that I thought that I didn't have money at the time we did the upgrade. We're
Right,
able
right.
to go through it and make it more beautiful. First of all, I add value to my property, keep it up and in better shape. And second thing is the moment that I do these things, and I have a chance to get more rent and also to get a better tenant.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So do you
And
go ahead, sorry.
sorry, before going forward, for active wise, I wanted to make a comment about these things. There are a lot of things on my property right now. I know the age, and probabilistically, if you look at it, there are the chance that they break actually. For example, hot water tank is one of the items. Normally, you have a hot water tank between 6 years, 8 years, 10 years. They have a useful life.
Right.
But there are some hot water tanks that may last for 15 years.
Okay.
So when a hot water tank is getting to the 9 or 10 years old, I know the chance of these things is breaking. I have two options:
Okay.
take it out, put a new one, or I put the insurance on it that is covered the replacement cost.
Okay.
So I add insurance on it. I can use it as long as it lasts, but at the same time, I don't have a headache when it breaks. I just ask my tenant, may I share your number to serve it to check it out and replace it?
So you're safeguarding that investment in a way, and because you're putting insurance in place to address the to
So,
cover the cost
I
of
am
the replacement.
optimizing my cost, eliminating the headache. Optimizing the cost in this way, if I replace a hot water tank, I need to spend money to replace it.
Yeah.
I pay one of the hot water tank costs per year to have the coverage on it, that if something's happened, they replace it for me. In general, this is my experience in the past 2 years that I replaced 3 hot water tanks.
Yeah.
Those hot water tanks, I put in insurance on them within a 1 or 2 years,
Yeah.
they are gone.
And so you've been able to get your money worth from having the insurance in place.
Exactly. And not having any headache. Even when you replace it yourself, you need to bring it and the guy is coming then to
Right.
replace it and all of those. Zero headache.
Okay. So you're not talking about home warranties. These are actually insurance for the appliances.
Yeah, home warranties are great and they are general and they have a coverage, but the home warranties ask you to find the contractors to do the work and to reimburse you. That's another level of headache. I don't
Okay.
want to deal with the contractor. I want to make a call that somebody comes to take care of it. So I get a specific plans for each individual mechanical part that do not have any issue. Because the moment that I make a call, they say, sir, when will you want it to come over to take care of? We'll send somebody technician to take care of
Right.
it.
So you mentioned hot water tank. What other appliances do you apply this process to?
For example, sewer, you know how much costly it is. The
The
houses are
sewer
100
line.
years old.
Your
Sewer
sewer
line.
line to the house. Okay.
Yes. Whoever you bring in, it just put the through sewer in the line and they say, oh, your line is broken, dig the yards. Okay, sir, if you want to dig it, go ahead, because insurance pay up to $8,000 digging the yard.
Now, just so I'm clear, you're not talking about you're not talking about hazard insurance for your property. You're talking about
No,
an
I'm
additional
talking
insurance.
I'm talking about additional individual insurance for each item. I have a
Right.
specific just silver insurance, not the home warranty, not the home, my general home insurance. It's a specific silver insurance. That if something's happened, I call the insurance and they say this plumbing company is coming over to take care of it for you, because silver is one of the main really costly items, and you cannot wait to tenant tell you we have a silver backup. You need right
Right.
away to take care of it. And these kind of the insurances, they have almost like $8,000 coverage that they can dig the yard. And the other thing is you can make multiple calls per year and it's the same coverage. And the other beauty of it, sometimes the issue, it may not be your house, maybe it's from the city side.
Yes, I'll tell you a story. I had a house once, and my plumber, the tenant called and complained about the sewer line. The toilet's not flushing. I sent my maintenance guy over there. He gets there. He said, "Hey, the line is clogged." Now this is it's layered. It's layered from the standpoint because part of the problem with the line was that the tenant, the according to the plumber, they were flushing condoms down the toilet and they clog the drain because they get filled up with water and they'll block the
Yeah.
drain. What I came to find out is because the house is so old, where my property was located, that sewer line for the property ran across the neighbor's yard, the neighbor's property. Now, I cannot dig up the neighbor's yard because it doesn't belong to me. So what I had to do was cut that line, cap it, and route a new line to the sewer tap in the front of the property. And that was about 11 grand.
I know.
Yeah.
But I had a one-time issue, and it was not clogging. It was not draining, and the sewer backed up. And I called the insurance company. Insurance company came. It said city problem. I said, cool. I went to the city, said, it's not my issue. I said, okay,
Right.
let's call the insurance company who will dig the yard. That's what you said. But eventually, next day, city had to dig the street actually to fix the issue.
So you got the city to do it.
Issue it wasn't mine, because otherwise
Right.
I would have been all over the insurance company to dig the yard to fix it. If it was an insurance company, they know how to deal with the city. City had to dig the yard, to dig the street actually to fix the issue.
Understood. So we've covered a couple of things. You talk about the hot water tank where you have insurance for. You talk about the sewer line that you have insurance for.
Yes.
What other items?
So you can put the heating and cooling system also. I
So
add
your
heating and cooling.
HVAC.
Yes. And
Okay.
also it depends on the HVAC age. If something that the heating system is like 2 or 3 years old, I don't need to put the coverage on it, because
Right.
90% of the time those things do not break. But if something is furnace that is 10 years old,
Right.
15
Okay.
years old, the chance of the breaking is
So do you furnish the properties with appliances in terms of like
yes,
stove and fridge,
yes,
dishwashers? Do you
yes.
have insurance on that as well? On those as well?
No.
No. Okay.
Generally, the good appliances, they do not break for a long time. And
Okay.
I have a guy that it does after 6, 7 years, 8 years. If there is any issue, I may call the guy one time to do the repair. But second time, I never call him again, because I would replace it.
Okay.
Because the cost of the repairs, if anybody comes out, it's $200, $300. New appliances is $600, $700.
Yeah,
Tenants
it's
are
not worth.
happy. Yes.
It's not worth
And the
doing
other
the
thing is,
repairs.
again, same technology. Order, ask my tenant to share the numbers. The company comes, deliver, install, haul away the old one, everybody happy. And I don't see it at all.
Okay. So let's go back to the hot water tank insurance. What does that generally cost for you to have insurance on that?
So the first month, the first year is like $399, I believe, and the second, starting from the second year, it will be like $798. Actually, it's $8 per month.
So you're paying a monthly basis. So at $399,
Yes,
you're talking about $3?
$4 per
No,
month is
$4.
$48 for the first year hot water tank insurance.
Okay. And then the
$48.
second year,
It would be $96
$96 per month? Or
per year.
per year. Per year.
Yeah.
Okay. So 48 per year.
But
and
you
then
pay the
98.
monthly. You pay 8 per month. That is 96 per year
Okay. And this goes on for how long?
till they replace it.
So, what do you generally think? How long does it generally take before you get to a point where it needs to be replaced?
The one that I put the insurance on it, 2, 3 years maximum.
2, 3 years. So, about 3 years, you're replacing a hot water tank?
They replace it, insurance. No, because the one that I put insurance on it, they have already 10 years actually.
Oh, it was
They
already
have,
10 years old. So, you're talking about somewhere about 12 to 13 years in
yes.
service. And then your insurance company, at the first year, you're paying 48, the second year, 98, the third year, by that time, you're replacing it almost for a fraction of the actual cost of the appliance
Yes.
itself.
And I have $1,500 replacement cost budget on my insurance policy.
Yeah.
And normally any hot water tank is like around with the replacement and all of those things is around $1,300.
Yeah.
I have some high
Understood.
efficiency, really high efficiency. Those are the things that it has the exterior,
Yeah, the
like,
exhaust to the side of the house.
exhaust. Those are just the hot water tank is $1,600, but they replace it for $2,100. I think like 1.5 years ago, I had to replace one of those. So
Okay.
I had $1,500 coverage and I had to pay $600 out of pocket that they everything turned around. It took 4 or 5 hours to replace it.
Okay.
From the
And
time
then,
that I make a service call till the new hot water tank was in service.
okay. Thanks for the update on the hot water tank. What about sewer? What are you paying for the insurance there?
Yeah, I think it's $5.50, and sometimes on the following years they increase it maybe $6, $7 per
So
month.
about $6 a year, a month or a year?
Monthly. You pay for
Okay.
the sewers like $6, let's say $70 per year.
Okay, 70 per year. And this goes on indefinitely until you need that service.
This is something that you need to have it. Otherwise, you
Not, I'm just verifying. I don't disagree. You need to
yeah,
have it. I think it's for the cost. It's insignificant because, like I mentioned, that sewer line was a $11,000 fix, and this is over 10 years ago. Right now, and it's probably that much, if not more, or way more.
so last year I had an issue that one of my tenants was telling me, "Oh, I smell a sewer in the basement." I said, "Cool." I asked the insurance company once and they checked it out and they said it's okay. She was insisting these things. I add her to my insurance policy and I asked her to call the insurance company and plumber again. Then it came and they explained it clearly to her.
Right.
The issue, in the old house in the sewer, sometimes when there is a lot of rain and there are things actually, they maybe the lines is because they are supposed the sewer lines, they have the mechanism that doesn't allow to water from the street come to the sewer in the
Yeah, the
basement, actually.
stormwater. Stormwater.
Yeah, stormwater. And but these things over years, they may not properly. And sometimes when there is a lot of rain, they may be a smell or something. You
Yeah.
can be very sensitive. But what can I do? I cannot dig the yard just because of you smell something.
No, you can't control it. It's inevitable. You're not gonna be able to control where the water goes when there's
Yeah.
rain everywhere.
But this is again something that I know, but also making the tenant feel comfortable that the moment that they want somebody to take a look at it, the professional company coming over and check it
Yeah.
out and everything that they feel much better. That's
Yeah,
cool.
put their
That's
mind
awesome.
at ease.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about HVAC. How much does the insurance cost for that?
So if you're getting the both heating and cooling system, it's $20 per month. And the
Okay.
first year 50% off. It's like $10.
Okay.
But these HVAC costs, it will cover up to $10,000 actually repairs. It's a
Okay.
really good insurance. But the problem is HVAC guys, if your heating system has what is a heat exchanger has a crack,
Yes.
they do not cover because heat exchanger means new furnace. They do
Right.
not cover to replace the furnace. But at least they give you that you have this issue. And I have other guys, if I had to replace the furnace, I replaced it actually. Yeah.
So if it's a crack heat exchanger, they do not cover that. But if it's anything else, they will address it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
you're
that's a
probably
really good thing.
yeah,
That's
that's
really
good.
good thing.
Yeah,
But
so you have.
also, if you think about it, they come over, they check it out right away, and they tell you, for example, this furnace is not repairable, but they don't leave you, they don't kill you because all these companies, the first thing they say, if it doesn't work, they send you offer. Actually, these are the replacement costs, and we'll be happy to do it. Normally, I have other guys that they can replace it much faster and much cheaper. But if I don't have any other option, I don't have headache. I pay a little bit more money, and then I can replace it with his company.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So since you manage your properties, are you able to travel or do you have to constantly stay by the phone to address issues with the properties?
So my phone all around the world, I am able to receive calls and make a phone call, and nobody knows where I am. I am
Okay.
more than half of the year not in the United States. Uh,
So you are
yeah, especially
traveling across the world where you have almost 8 units in Cleveland,
yeah.
occupied tenants that you're self-managing.
And everybody is more than happy to be my tenant as well. And the
Right.
moment that they move out, they recommend other people. And some of them, they know I'm not around. Some of them, they don't know, but they don't need to know I'm around or
Right.
not.
It's not necessary. Understood.
But the moment that they send me a text message or give me a call, I can open the phone or respond their text messages right away.
Understood. Understood. So what's the plan for you? Are you gonna keep buying properties or this is the end?
Lose control mode.
Because
Don't change. Keep
fantastic.
going the same technology because at some point I am happy with what I have and then I'm getting the rent and enjoying my life. I don't want to put more time in it because buying new property means more time and headache to
Work.
repair it and other stuff. Eventually you make more money and you have more headache. I am happy where I am and just keep doing. And also with the number of the unit that I have, I can do a lot of things personally myself. I can do painting, I can do changing the light fixture, changing the faucet, changing everything if needed most
Right.
of the time. And whenever there is a lot of work, I can some guys to help me out. If personally I can do a lot of things beside my professional life, professional
Right.
job actually.
Okay. So your properties are in Cleveland Heights. What is the makeup? Are 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms?
I have 2 bedrooms. I have a studio that's a third floor unit, and I have the side by side is almost 4 units, 4 bedroom units. And I have the yeah.
What are the going rents for, I guess, 2, 3 bedrooms or even 4 bedrooms in that area?
So I believe 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 1,400 $1,400 is the
Wow.
reasonable rent
Okay.
for this time of the year. On the side by, and these are the numbers that are utilities, nothing included. They
Okay.
need to pay additional for all the utilities, water, sewer, gas, electric, additional. And for the side by side, I believe 1,600 $1,700 is a decent price
Is
for
side
right
by
now.
side 4 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms?
3 or 4 bedroom, because,
3 or 4 bedrooms. Okay.
the old homes, they may have the old smaller rooms. So I converted one of the small rooms to the walk-in closet. So everybody is happy they had a huge walk-in closet. But
Okay.
technically, it's an old home that it was a room actually.
Understood. All right. So you mentioned the utility. So gas and electric are
There
paid.
is a separate dedicated meters for the gas and electric that the
Mhm.
tenants take over upon may move in, and the water and sewer, it should be on my name. And
Right.
normally I get in and then reflect it to the rent, and they pay along with the next month's rent, actually.
Okay. Understood. Understood. All right. So you have this thing in cruise control, as you like to say.
Exactly.
All right. So tell me, Farhad, you've been investing for a while here in Cleveland. What could you, what kind of advice would you give to someone that's new that wants to start investing in Cleveland?
I believe Cleveland for the investment and the rental property was one of the best places in the United States. They have a
Okay.
really good return and those things. But also the first thing I would advise, location.
Okay. Okay.
And the second thing is, do not afraid to spend the money to make your property beautiful.
Don't be afraid to invest in your properties. What do you
Don't
say
cut
to an
corner.
yeah, don't
Don't
cut
cut corner.
corners. What do you say to an investor that says, I don't live there. Why should I spend so much money in the property?
You're talking about the investment means spending money and adding value. The more that adding value, you are making more money. What you're talking about?
Okay. So you are adamant that if I put 100 grand of my money in a property, I'm going to get it back. Or you're
No
sure about
question.
that? No question.
But
Okay. So you think it's
but
an
no
investment
question.
well
But
made.
the question, the main question is, where is the location? And the second question, what is the purchase price?
So in that sense,
Ex-
it all has to flush out against your economic model for that property.
yes. But if you buy it at a decent price, I'm not afraid to spend as much as it takes, actually.
Any other advice?
Keep it simple. Do not
Keep
make
it
the
simple.
complicated.
Don't
Yep.
complicate it. So buy the property, make proper investments, think of it long term. Don't be afraid to spend the money. Make sure that the numbers make sense. Keep it simple. Don't complicate it.
And keep rolling.
Fantastic. That is great, man.
Yeah, it's simple, right?
For you, it is. You're here now, but I don't think if you look back prior to 2008, before you started buying, did you think it was this simple?
No.
Okay.
But I didn't think it was simple. I knew it was hard, but I
Okay.
never was afraid to put money to make the property investment because I had my professional income and
Yes.
I thought, okay, I have a lot of credit card debt with my income from the professional life. I can make the credit card minimum payment and somehow I can finish the property. The moment that it's finished, I can rent it out and I make money, I pay off my debt. I never was only dependent on the rental income to make a living.
This is something that I see we deal with a lot of investors. I think they're making a major mistake. They're putting too much stress on the investment, especially the ones that they buy a property and they're expecting the for year one, year two income, that the income that is generated for that property needs to flow into their personal finances and supplement their personal income. But that is not your take. Your take is that the investment stands on its own. If it creates a cash flow for you, at least on when you first started, that's great. But you were not looking for that. The investors that put that level of pressure on the investment, because to me, every property is a business. I don't know many businesses that in year one, year two, year three, you're expecting it to be profitable. Yes, it should be profitable, but you should not put this level of pressure on the investment because when you first start out, you need to learn the business and you also probably need to reinvest more into the business. And
Yeah.
for the new investors, I find that they're putting way too much pressure on an investment right out the gate.
Yeah, sure. The only thing that I would worry about, okay, my money instead of the cash sitting in the bank, I bought a property. And in the next 1 or 2 years after it's finished, I can make some money off of it.
Big question for you. You're a high income individual. What if you could no longer work? Could you survive off the income from your investments?
Oh, more than, yeah. Yeah. No,
So
come
you're
off
you're
my,
at the point where we call you have FU money, where you can quit your job if you wanted to, or
yeah,
don't
but
take jobs that you don't want to take.
oh yeah, I do it all the time at my professional life. It takes me 5 minutes or 2 minutes to respond back. If you don't want me, I'll goodbye.
Understood. I'm sure you have money that you have saved up, but from a standpoint of your cash flow from your investment, are
Yeah,
you in a position where you can say, hey, if I don't want to take this job, I'm not taking this job. I'm more than okay.
yeah. And
Fantastic.
that's why it gives me peace of mind that I can retire. I feel like technically I'm retired because I don't work anymore for money.
Understood.
When you remove that mindset, you feel much more comfortable. You enjoy every day because you feel much better.
I agree. I agree. It's a different place. It opens doors for you. And there's a lot of stress that you don't have to take on if you don't want to.
So there is another thing that the contractors and the tenant, everybody that you work with, there are some kind of can be difficult because contractors,
Yes.
they want more money and the tenant, they wanted to do something, but eventually I make everything a win-win.
Right.
And since I'm
Well,
not in rush to do it, they can do a good job and they give me a good rate. My tenant, I keep the rent a little bit lower than market value. They are
okay.
more than happy. They are getting the really good location and the decent property and a reasonable price and stay. And generally, they don't bother you.
For your tenants, from us, you make your rent very competitive, which is a
Yeah,
benefit to the tenant. In terms of your contractors, it sounds to me that you have a long-standing relationship with these people,
yeah,
and you're not sitting there nickel and diving every estimate that they give you. You value the relationship and the fact that they're willing to respond to you in a timely manner more than just saving a couple dollars here and there.
yeah. But it's been a pleasure to all around. Though time
Yeah.
flies, actually. Yeah.
Yes. So it is great for you to stay in real estate that long means you're doing something. You're doing the right thing.
And
Yes.
yeah.
That's fantastic. Farhad, I really appreciate you taking the time to share your experience with us, where you've been, where you are, and what you're doing. And I hope
Oh,
that
my
others
pleasure.
can find value in listening to you speak and what you had to say about investing here in Cleveland.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.